Hello and welcome back to the next episode where I'm again playing Corpse Factory. Brief recap is we just got home we got fired from our job because our 3 coworkers framed us for stealing. And then we ran into an old school friend who told us that if we went to this Corpse Girl website, we could get revenge and request their deaths. And then on the way back home on the bus, our protagonist, Emmy, ordered the death of seemingly the ringleader of that group of 3 girls who got us fired. And now we are back home. So that's where we're at. I'm waiting for the horror. It's made me a little bit uncomfortable from an ethics side, but I'm waiting for the horror. And I just did not read that sentence. She's home. I'm shaking as I open the door to my apartment. By the time I walk through the door, the sun has just started to set behind the backdrop of the city. Seems like she really wasn't at work for very long. Unless she had an evening shift. But she was talking about lunchtime. Whatever. Time has passed. Takes her 4 hours on the bus to get home. By the time I walk through the door, the sun has just started to set behind the backdrop of the city. Even though it's not dark yet, I'm feeling physically and mentally drained. The drama at work this morning, the taunting laugh of Kurosawa, I feel exhausted, like I want to crawl into bed and sleep. Despite my dipping energy levels, I can't extinguish the burning question flickering within my mind like a candle flame. How will I know when or if Kurosawa is dead? Will Corpse Girl... I keep trying to say corpse husband. Will Corpse Girl's website notify me? No, of course not. I didn't give any of my personal information to the site. The entire thing was anonymous. And it's not like I can visit the store tomorrow and see if she comes into work. I'll be kicked out as soon as I show my face. So what do I do?
It's it!
The magic of the phone. I whip my phone out of my purse and open Noise, a social network app that all my coworkers are connected to. Kurosawa, Sashiko, Amano, and I are all in this group chat labeled Work Life. We use the chat to swap shifts with each other and complain about the boss. Just as I was hoping, I haven't been kicked out of the group yet. I swipe through the list of chat members and tap on Kurosawa's profile. Last online 1 hour ago. Perfect. If I use this app, I can keep an eye on when Kurosawa is active. That's a bit stalkerish. She only has to be using her phone for Noise to detect that she's online. She doesn't necessarily have to be using Noise itself. It's the best way I can think of to monitor if she's still alive or not. It will do for now, at least. So you're telling me she hasn't picked up her phone in an hour? Okay. I wonder why Kurosawa sent me that photo of herself via a regular text message instead of through Noise. Maybe she thought she could be busted for it if someone got into her Noise profile. Because she could get busted for it if you went and showed it to the boss. I mean, I get that the boss was... Yeah. And she didn't exactly leave peacefully. But I mean, you could still try. Whatever. Who knows what that girl was thinking. Regardless, I'm thankful she made such a stupid mistake. I wouldn't have obtained her phone number if she had decided to message me through Noise instead. After all, Noise is strictly an online service. No need for phone numbers. Come to think of it, where did she get my phone number from? Well, no matter. It worked out in the end. I slump down on the couch in front of the TV and keep my phone firmly gripped in my hands. In one hand, my knuckles whitening. I started to bite the fingernails on my other hand out of anxiety. In an attempt to distract myself, I switch the TV on and stream some stupid reality shows. The distraction hardly works, and I find myself instinctively glancing at my phone every couple minutes, waiting for any kind of update on Kurosawa's online status. The evening passes slowly. Okay, it's Saturday morning now. Sunlight streams through the open curtains, and I startle. Did I fall asleep on the couch? I wipe my mouth with my sleeve, cleaning off a trickle of drool from my chin. My phone is still in one hand, and I quickly check it. I tap the fingerprint-smeared screen, but it's not responding. The battery died. I must have fallen asleep and left the screen on all night. I race toward the charger and plug it in, anxiously waiting for just enough energy to turn the phone screen back on. After what seems like an eternity, the phone comes to life. I catch a glimpse of the clock as I swipe the screen lock away. 6:34 a.m. I open up Noise as quickly as I can and flick through to Kurosawa's profile. This profile is private. You are not connected to this person.
Damn it! She blocked me!
I frantically investigate the group chat, only to find that I've been kicked out.
Damn it! Damn it!
What can I do now? I've got no way of knowing whether Kurosawa is still alive. I slam my phone down in frustration and it vibrates in retaliation.
Huh? Another text message.
I blink a couple times. Who would be texting me at this hour? It might be Kurosawa again, trying to rub my face in her victory. Well, if that's the case, at least I would know that she's alive. I hesitantly pick my phone up again and open the message. There's no text, just a photo attachment. And there it is.
What the hell is this?
I nearly dropped my phone in terror. A photo of a dead body, twisted, crumpled, like it has fallen from a great height. A splatter of blood is flecked across the screen, across the grass. Oh, that's not Kurosawa. That took me a second. That's Emmy. I thought it was going to be Kurosawa, like, sending it in a group chat or something, like, what the fuck is this? Like, playing it as a joke, like, thinking that somebody was playing a prank on her or something. But that's Emmy. At 7:28 a.m. So, less than an hour. It's hard to make out the details of the person. Dirty blonde hair, familiar clothes, smudged makeup. This dead body, is it supposed to be me? There can be no mistaking it. Without a doubt, this is a picture of my own corpse. I shriek again, unable to process what I'm seeing. I went ahead and blurred it for me for the thumbnail. I'm so entranced by the battered corpse that it takes me a minute to notice the timestamp in the corner of the photo. It's today's date, but something is off. The time says 7:28 a.m. That's about an hour from now. See, I remember things for 20 seconds. I shiver involuntarily and feel the sickening sensation of bile rising in my throat.
Is this a prediction of my death? Am I going to die within the hour?
And then the truth hits me harder than my face hit the ground in this grisly photo. When you request a death on Corpse Girl's website, your victim receives a photo of their own corpse before they die. We've got that hammered into us by now. Before they die. I can't look at it anymore. I throw my phone to the side and curl up on the floor. Did Corpse Girl send this photo to me? And how? How did somebody get a photo of my corpse? A photo that is seemingly from the future. It's impossible. It has to be a hoax. Some trick, maybe some psycho tormenting me.
That's all it is. Someone is messing with me. Probably Kurosawa.
I get up off the floor and stumble around. I'm kind of lightheaded and unbalanced, and my stomach feels queasy. Ready to launch its contents through my throat a second. Ready to launch its contents through my throat at any second. I blindly reach for my phone and finally grasp it with near-frozen fingers. The phone number that sent the photo, it's an unknown number, but the digits don't match the one that Kurosawa texted me from yesterday. So it's unlikely that this came from her. Bizarrely, the phone number is kind of weird. There are more digits than should be possible. I try to count them, but stumble a few times in confusion. How many digits are Japanese phone numbers? I eventually conclude the number has 18 digits. Way too many. Okay. In addition, the phone number seems to repeat digits a lot. 666-33, 666-22, 666-44. Well, so obviously the 666 is repeating. Yeah, so this pattern would just end up repeating. Because if you take 4, so 3 down 1 to 2, up 2 to 4, and then down 1 to 3. Oh no, it wouldn't. It would not repeat. Nope, I can math. It would go down. It would go down 1 to 3, then up to 5. Down to 4, up to 6. Down to 5, up to 7. Okay. Cool. It seems too strange to be real. Is it possible to fake a phone number? Something interesting catches my eye. Even though the caller ID doesn't recognize the number, it has data on the origin of the number. Tokyo, Japan, my very own city. Perhaps the sender of the photo can mask their number but can't hide their location. This gives me an idea, and I decide to get to the bottom of the situation, despite my head throbbing and my stomach pleading to be emptied. I punch the phone number into a search engine along with the keyword Tokyo. One result. The link points to a popular discussion board, Noise Channel. It's an anonymous board where users can talk about almost anything. And, no big surprise, it's owned and operated by the very same company behind the Noise app I use on my phone. I feel like this app is going to become important now for some reason. If it doesn't, they're putting way too much emphasis on it. I tap the link and get taken to a discussion topic from less than a week ago. I read through it quickly. Topic: strange photo from unknown number. Hey, so today I got a strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts. Not sure what the deal is. It was gross, though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something. That's a number. Seems like Tokyo area. I'm in Osaka. Okay, thanks in advance. The topic has only one reply. You got this too. Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number. Thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting. And that's it. The end of the discussion. Neither poster followed up on the conversation. That didn't give me anything to go on, except now I know that at least 2 other people have received bloody photos of themselves. I wonder if those photos were as extreme as the one I received. What happened to these 2 posters? Why didn't they continue the discussion? I feel myself beginning to sweat. My body is going from cold to hot and back again several times a minute. It feels like I have a fever, but I know it's just stress tearing me up. I check the time. It's 6:59 a.m. About half an hour until the time printed on the photo. I take a deep breath and the doorbell buzzes. I freeze in place, unsure whether I should answer the door. In this sketchy apartment building, it's a risk to answer the door on any given day, before even taking into consideration that some psycho just texted me a photo of my own corpse. I tiptoe toward the door on stiff legs and gaze through the peephole. There's no one there. I breathe a sigh of relief. Maybe I'm just on edge and the doorbell echoed from someone else's apartment. Besides, I don't know anyone who would visit me unannounced, especially this early in the morning. I slump to the floor, my back sliding down the door as I come to a rest on the carpet, my legs splayed out haphazardly in front of me. I've had enough fear for one day. I have to just believe this thing is a hoax. It's probably karma for trying to get revenge on Kurosawa. Yeah, that's it, karma. The doorbell rings again, and I scream in shock, my head slamming back against the door I was resting against. I jump to my feet and ignore the people, this time simply swinging the door open. A gust of chilly morning air sweeps into my apartment, and I shut my eyes tightly against the sudden cold. My messy hair tangles in the wind and obscures my vision when I open my eyes. Quickly, I sweep the hair from my face and look around, except there's no one here. There's no one here except. A metal trolley is blocking the walkway in front of my door. A stark white bag, about the size of a human body, rests atop the trolley. My heart begins to race as I immediately recognize what this is. On TV, they always show these trolleys used in morgues to cart dead bodies around. Dead bodies. The vomit that has been trying to escape my body all morning finally finds its way out of my mouth. I retch and heave in the doorway until nothing is left inside my belly except for the stinging stomach acid that threatens to burn through its fleshy container. The stench wafting from the trolley is overwhelming. Pinching my nostrils closed does little more than trap the horrific odor inside my skull, and I gag and splutter involuntarily. My hand reaches forward as though controlled by some being other than myself. I can't pull it back, and I can't prevent my fingers from grasping the zipper tag attached to the front of the body bag. I unzip the bag. And there I am, a wretched corpse exposed to the day's first rays of sunlight. I stand here in the doorway as I lay there atop the trolley, simultaneously alive and dead, but more dead than alive in both bodies. The bruising on my face is horrific, and I reach a stiff finger to my own lips, my living lips, tracing the outline of the bruise I see before me. I guess that's a bruise on her lips, sure. There's no pain where the bruise should be, and I breathe a sigh of relief. For why would there be any pain if I'm already dead? To feel pain would be absurd, and then I would really have to start worrying. I wonder, how did I die? Did I fall from a great height? Did somebody hit me with a car? Or did I collapse from some internal reason, perhaps from organ failure or some undiagnosed sickness? Maybe I didn't die, and the corpse in front of me is alive, living and breathing, just as I do while standing in front of myself. Maybe this is all a prank I've pulled on myself, dying just as a joke, but never really dying, always living until the point I actually die and it's no longer a prank. My head is splitting. I can't think straight. All the thoughts in my mind are jumbled. The meanings behind unspoken words disappearing behind foggy clouds were inside my shattered skull. To clear my head, I step around the corpse and stand by the walkway's railing. I'm on the 4th floor of the apartment building. There are 2 floors above me, so I could go higher if I wish, but I'm pretty sure a leap from here will be enough to render my living body identical to that of the corpse on the trolley. At this point in time, there exists 2 versions of Emo Katsuno. One is living and is me, and the other is dead, but is also me. I can choose now to be alive and dead, or dead and dead. But I cannot choose to be alive and alive. So, even if I choose to be alive and dead, I'll still only be half alive. But choosing dead and dead is nice and clean, absolute, an indisputably solid state of existence. I grip the cool steel handrail and leap over the walkway, my hair whipping against my face thanks to the relentless wind. 4 stories below me, in a small courtyard, paved with concrete and decorated with the occasional shrub or flower bed. I miss the concrete by about 2 feet. Dirt sprays up into the air as my nose is crushed under my own body weight. I think about the photo that Kasuna sent me, with her smug smile and her hands full of stolen money. My teeth grind into my tongue and sever it, but it doesn't manage to escape my closed mouth. My mind wanders and settles on Corpse Girl's website. What was that all about anyway? As far as I know, nothing happened when I submitted Kurosawa's details. Maybe Kurosawa found the website as well and submitted my details first. I guess Corpse Girl got me. Well played, Kurosawa. I think I can taste blood in my mouth, but it might just be a memory from some other point in my lifetime. A blinking light from a nearby parked car kind of irritates me. But then my vision turns blue or black, and my only concern is how I'll never truly know what. Okay, so that was the prologue. I just took 3 episodes to do the prologue, so this game is going to be longer than I expected it to be. But since that's the end of the prologue, I'll call this episode here. I feel like there's some interesting stuff here, and I don't know whether each chapter we get is gonna be just a new person, or whether it's all gonna culminate into something. But it's interesting. I really don't know what else to add. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all those things you all already know about, and I will see you next time.